Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from the group 19 for the Fundamental of Management in L4 class. We are delighted to give you a brief breakdown regarding the work of Frederick Winslow Taylor. On behalf of the group, allow me to introduce myself. I am Umi Nadia binti Norlani with the student ID of A21, B31 and 64. For the introduction, Taylor, who is referred to as the father of scientific management, developed the theory of scientific management. Before the invention of this theory, most business organizations used the rule of thumb. According to Taylor, the rule of thumb is inefficient such that it cannot not give the desired results as per the industry expectations. Therefore, his aim and motion to develop the theory of scientific management was to replace the rule of thumb, which was unproductive. According to the theory of management, scientific management refers to strategies that are used to determine how best a certain job can be performed in an organization. Scientific management has a significant and good impact in the 21st century, but it also has some drawbacks. Therefore, in this video, we will get a brief overview of Taylor's biography, principles of scientific management, some related examples, as well as the pros and cons of these principles. Let us move to the next slide to start our discussion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Rushaida binti Ibrahim who would like to proceed on biography part. Frederick Winslow Taylor was born on March 20, 1855 in Philadelphia, United States and died on March 21, 1950 in Philadelphia. He is a son of a lawyer. In 1872, Taylor entered Phillips Academy in Exeter, New Hampshire, where he was the one who led his class in academics. After he passes the exam for admission to Harvard University, Taylor had to abandon his plan to matriculation studies due to his deteriorating eyesight, and he always studied at night. However, in 1875, his sight was restored and he was trained to study the patent and machine-making trade at Enterprise Hydraulic Works, Philadelphia. Taylor then went to Midway Steel Company 3 years later, where he began working as a laborer in a machine shop, becoming shop clerk, game boss, foreman, maintenance foreman, head of the drafting office, and chief engineer. He was an inventor and engineer in America, known as the father of scientific management. Its industrial management system is known as Taylorism, which is related to the development of industrial engineering and production management around the world. Frederick Winslow Taylor is a mechanical designer from the United States known for his system for developing mechanical efficiency. He is a pioneer in the field of coding counseling. Taylor was one of scientific founders of the computers movement, and his thinking influenced the progressive era from a broad perspective from the 1890s to the 1920s. In 1911, Taylor formulated his efficiency strategy in a book entitled The Principle of Scientific Management. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Isharuddin bin Ismail. I will present my part, that is Principle of Scientific Management. The definition is, scientific management is a management theory that analyzes and synthesizes workflows. Its main goal is to improve economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. Scientific management is sometimes known as Taylorism in honor of its founder, Frederick Winslow Taylor. Taylor began the development of theory in the United States during the 1880 and 90 in the manufacturing industry, particularly steel. The first principle is replacement of or rule of thumb method. First principle of scientific management was the replacement of the or rule method, in which scientific investigation should be used to make management decisions rather than basing decision on opinion, intuition, or practical rules. Frederick Winslow Taylor's contribution is a contribution in the field of management by him in order to improve in the field of management. Number 2 is scientific selection and training of workers. Frederick Winslow Taylor says that the employee selection procedure should be scientifically designed. Mistakes that occur at the time of the selection may prove very costly later on. If we don't have the right employees in the right workplace, organizational efficiency will decrease. Number 3 is cooperation between labor and management. There should be cooperation between employees and management. This requires a change in the mental attitude of employers and management toward each other. Taylor called it a mental revolution. When this mental revolution took place, employers and management turned their attention to increasing profit. They don't care about profit sharing. The next is maximum output. Maximum output will also be in the interest of society. A rational person will always seek the maximum profit or the minimum loss, both in the short and long term. There are two approaches to determining the level of output at which producer will gain maximum profit or incur minimum loss. Namely, first, the total revenue and total cost approach, or often called the total approach, and the second in the marginal revenue and marginal cost approach, or commonly called the marginal approach. Number 5 is equal division of responsibility. Equal division of responsibilities that should be between managers and employer. For example, management should decide on working method, working condition, time to complete work, and leave it to the discretion of the employer. Management should be responsible for planning and organizing the work, while the employer should be responsible for performing the work according to management instructions. The last one is mental revolution. According to Taylor, basically scientific management involves a complete mental revolution on the part of the relevant employees in any particular organization or industry, and it involves an equally complete mental revolution on the part of foreman, management, authorities, business owners, and board of directors.
My name is Siti Nadira Binti Zulkifli. I want to present about related example. Number 1, size not the rule of thumb. For example, a furniture factory consists of 210 employees and there are 6 different units in this factory. Among them, cutting, drying, carving, painting, assembling, and finishing process. Each to these units is assigned a specialist foreman who has the skills and experience in each production operation. There are 5 specialist foremen who will be assigned along with 35 employees, each divided into 6 production operating units. Number 2, harmony, not discord. For example, employees are assigned to work with superiors. Supervisors are given separate bureaucratic powers that can divide activities into several tasks depending on an activity. Superiors acted as motivators, disciplinarians, controllers, leaders, problem solvers, and review employee performance. This is to create harmony and avoid conflict between managers and employees. Number 3, cooperation, not individualism. For example, manager and employees assume responsibility and accountability to working together to complete work with the manager guidance to avoid wasting time. Through collaboration, employees and managers can exchange ideas with each other to produce more efficient and systematic work. Number 4, development to each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. For example, a strong-bodied employee who can carry heavy goods should be given the responsibility to carry a ballast bag containing product into the company. A person who is more stature with no experience or idea about carrying anything heavy but experience in a particular field such as accounting will be given the job of an accountant.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Muzamil bin Shukri. My metric number is A21A2662. Advantage of scientific management theory. First, controlling ability. The best thing about scientific management theories is that they allow managers to maintain tight control over output. Employees become specialists in their field when they perform the same task, making it easy for the boss to maintain control over them. Reduce inaccuracies as the theory based on experiment and observation for context-specific answer become more accurate. Inaccuracy decrease. The precision achieved can be increased by better planning and decision making. Disadvantage of scientific management theory. Planning reduces productivity while the capacity to plan is advantageous. Planning has the disadvantage of making work inflexible and rigid, which can lead to carelessness and discontent. As a result, there was a decrease in productivity. A demotivating strategy. Employees focus on how well they execute their jobs and the statistics and results they create, as well as a time range. When management uses a scientific method, as a result, employees may feel undervalued and isolated, leading to absenteeism. Excessive bureaucracy. In any organization, excessive bureaucratic activity can be a huge disadvantage. Employees may be frustrated with a bureaucratic and tight organization, which can lead to a high staff turnover and lower production. New employees must be tough to adapt to industry change, resulting in lost productivity times. Labor division. Scientific management theory allows for the separation of work, such as in the planning and execution of any function. Workers' roles in rigorous and adherence produce where the workers have no idea have shrunk as a result of management taking full control.
In a nutshell, scientific management follows a method that is both transparent and strict. Scientific management is still very relevant in today's businesses. Scientific management has had a significant impact on businesses and organizations because the benefits to businesses exceed the disadvantages. As a result, organizations should use some of the benefits of scientific management to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of their operations, and of course, this will aid in increasing profitability. That's all from us. Thank you.